Hey viewers, welcome back to the channel. Today a short video because haven't been doing much. As you can see from the framing here, it's a snow day. It's been a snow couple days here in Oklahoma, but thankfully it's melting off. So I'm here in my office, just chilling, enjoying a lazy Saturday morning with coffee. Cheers. So I figured for a video, what I wanted to talk about, I guess this is the traditional, in things to do when you're building a house, right? So I came up with 5. So before you start building your house, and really this is, most of these just apply to me, home ownership and life in general. But I figured I'd give you 5 things. 5 things to do before you build your house, or at least consider. I ain't telling you what to do. But for me, number 1 on this is Lowe's. You can get a pro account through Lowe's by not being a pro, just by being a homeowner. You can just ask to do it and apply. Go to the pro desk and apply. And along with that, you can get what's called a Lowe's LAR account. It stands for Lowe's Account Receivable. And it's basically an account receivable. So it's not a credit card. I mean, they give you a card that you use at Lowe's, but it's not a Visa or MasterCard. It's just literally an accounts receivable type card with net 30 terms where you pay it off at the end of every month, right? But what that does give you is 5% off everything. Anything you buy at Lowe's, 5% off the top. So that is really nice. That's really, really nice. I wish I had known that earlier in the build. I got it fairly early, but still, I know I saved a ton of money by doing it that way. So that is number 1 on my list, just because not only does that help you with a house build, right? But I mean, if you're crazy enough to build your own house and do a lot of the work, then you're probably the same kind of crazy that's going to be doing projects for the rest of your life and doing stuff. So Lowe's, right? Discounts. Save money. Why pay more than you have to? Number 2, I would say a good cashback credit card for the same reason, saving money. So everything I could with this house build that I didn't buy from Lowe's, I put on my credit card, and of course paid it. Pay it off every month. I pay mine off every pay period. I mean, credit card debt's bad. Okay, like that's an obvious thing, but with a good cashback credit card, in my case, the best one I've found and still to date have found is a Citi card. It's their double cash MasterCard, and basically what you get is 2% cash back on everything. 1% when you buy it, 1% when you pay it off. And then every month, you basically have a rolling balance to say, hey, here's your free money. How do you want to get your free money? And you can have it direct deposited right into your checking. It's wonderful. It's streamlined. It's easy. And especially if you have vendors that let you charge lots of money, like I was able to several times pay my lumber bill with the credit card. So, you start dropping, $10,000 charges on the credit card, that then, you're going to pay off, right? What's 2% of 10,000? I'm doing the math in my head. It's $200, right? Yeah, it's $200. So, that's real money, You're not going to get rich, but why leave money on the table, right? So that, and that is, again, for me, life advice, right? Like, I run every expense in my entire life as much as I can through that card, and I pay it off. It's an extra layer of accounting, sure, but get a good, come up with a good spreadsheet. It's easy to track, and then every month you've got money, right? I mean, to me, it's a no-brainer. So, again, don't ever leave money on the table. Number 3, this is an obvious one, price shop. Anything you buy, price shop. And sometimes that can be hard. There's a wide variance of pricing on some things, especially common things. I mainly was looking at like electrical components and also plumbing components. Pricing it at your Lowe's, your Home Depot, whatever you have local, your big box store, as well as online through Amazon, as well as online through online supply houses like supplyhouse.com for a lot of plumbing stuff. as well as all your local supply houses. Here in Oklahoma, we have Lock. Elliott Electric is around here. I think they're national as well. Um, Price out everything, because you may be surprised at the wide variance of pricing. And at least for me, on the common stuff, a lot of times the big box stores beat the supply house prices. Except when they didn't. Some stuff the supply house was insanely cheap, and but in other areas the supply house was insanely expensive. So it's really weird how the pricing structure works on various building materials. So in general, I would say shop around, right, and dive into the weeds on it as much as you possibly can, so you'll save a lot amount of money. I know when I did my initial electrical rough-in and gathered all the materials, right, I built a spreadsheet with all the materials I needed, all the vendors that sold them, put the prices in, and found the best deals on everything, and then made my separate orders. And I picked up from like 3 or 4 different stores, but I got everything I needed at least at the time, the best price I could. So, like I said, the more you geek out, the more you'll save. So only you can, I guess, determine how much that's worth to you. Number 4, research everything to death. More than you think you need to. The more you become an expert on whatever is going into your house, the better it's going to be. The thing that I didn't think through hard enough that I wish I did are my cabinets. Our cabinets, they're fine. It worked out in the end. Due to a bunch of crappy workmanship and some other issues, I ended up getting a really good deal on the cabinets, but I also got to deal with some issues. So when I say research things to death, learn about everything so that you can anticipate problems and the pros and cons of each decision that you make. So my use case is this. The cabinets we got came pre-finished. I got sold by the cabinet man that, hey, pre-finished, here's good, here's the reasons. I said, yeah, that makes sense. Cool, let's do that. But I didn't think through all of the fine details, right? So, they come pre-finished. Okay, well, when they get installed, my contractor is going to put nail holes through them, right? So that's a thing, right? I mean, all the little trim pieces and everything need to get installed, right? All those will have nail holes, but they're pre-finished, which means either my painter has to go fix it now, where he didn't, originally we weren't budgeting him to do the cabinets or anything because they came pre-finished, right? So you can see how these problems just multiply. So no matter what decision you're making, research it to death. Run it backwards, forward, sideways, so you know absolutely what you're doing and you're comfortable with it and you can think of every contingency. And then it still won't be right? What's the popular saying? No plan survives first contact with the enemy. Like it's absolutely true. Like you can make the best plan and all it's going to do is mitigate your disaster, right? You're still going to have problems, but you'll have less problems. So really think things through, and at least for me, pro tip, never ever do pre-finished cabinets ever again. Infinity. That is my rule. I will never do that again. I don't plan on building another house, but if I need to do cabinets, they are not going to be pre-finished. So that's my tip. The last one here, as I scan off looking through my notes, buy quality. Buy quality tools, buy quality parts, right? Buy once, cry once. Right? I am trying to learn this lesson because it's easy, right? You go tools, right? It's easy to go into Harbor Freight and see some of the shiny and be like, that's probably decent. Sometimes it is. Sometimes it's a pile of crap. You don't know. And so, I mean, there are good values that with cheap tools, certainly, right? But buy quality. So for me, right, when I started this project, I got a set of, I started going into the Milwaukee line of cordless tools. They're 12 volt and 24 volt. And I do not regret one bit. Compared to my Ryobis before, they are night and day. They are awesome. They work great. The quality is there. They survive all the abuse that I've put them through so far. So buy quality, whatever quality you want, but buy it. Likewise with what you put into your house, right? Like this house we popped for the spray foam. I can tell you, as you see the snow and our temperatures dropping into the single digits here, I'm glad I got the spray foam. because our HVAC system handled it beautifully. And if we hadn't gotten the spray foam, I would have had a more complex HVAC system, you know, that would have been less efficient and would be burning more juice, right? So, I mean, I don't regret the decision, especially on the cases where it's really hard to change it later, right? Faucets, or, you know, all the fixtures, right? We went Delta with pretty much everything in the bathrooms, okay? But especially stuff like shower valves, right? Delta makes good quality stuff, so I'm going to buy the quality parts. In the kitchen, you know, for like our pot filler and our faucet, right? We went with a Pfister. We saved a few bucks there. Still decent quality, but it's not a Delta. But it's also about half the cost from what I would have got with Delta. But those are also things that I can easily change later. It's a lot harder to change a shower valve, right? So those are the things that I would recommend. So like with the plumbing, right? PEX. I pop for Uponor. And the expandable PEX, it's more expensive than the crimp stuff, but it's better. And it's hard to change later, right? Yeah, those are my recommendations. Always buy quality. What's the other phrase? Always be frugal, never be cheap, right? So you can buy quality and still have a budget, right? Used tools are a thing, and they're perfectly fine. I got a song of a deal on my Milwaukee recip saw, right? If a used saw looks like it's been thrown off of every scaffold, you know, in Oklahoma, I think. It's beat up and everything, but you know what? It works. It works good. It's a recip saw, right? It's not exactly a precision machine. So it works great, and I got a great deal on it. So always be watching for those deals. So I think that's all I got. So if you're embarking on your house build or whatever project, consider these things, and hopefully they've helped you. As always, thanks for watching. And hey, if you like what you see and you like the videos and everything, please subscribe. It helps me out, helps the channel out, helps spread it. And to be honest, I'm getting close to 1,000 subs, and at the 1,000 subs, I can monetize the channel, and that's a cool thing for me. Which means, yeah, ads will be injected in here. You know, what I say earlier, don't leave money on the table. I enjoy doing these videos, but if I can make a little bit of money off of it, why not? Right? And I encourage you to do the same. Figure out your side hustle. Figure out anything you can do to turn what you enjoy maybe into a profit stream. So, all right, there's number 6. Okay, you get 6 things. So again, thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.